All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Vivy Fluorite Ice Song, episode 7. Oh boy. Yeah, Vivy. You left off last episode not doing too great.
Not a good place.
Oh boy, because you saved people, but you also caused someone to kill themselves. That's
How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, that's a tough one. And this is after you had then made the decision to change your directive, your goal, your main point of your programming to be in line with Matsumoto's.
Which is, I would say, generally a good thing in that you're able to do that. But that also seems very familiar in a creepy way to the kind of things that would probably lead to AI rampancy.
And now you need to make that whole decision of how you feel about the, lives of people and stuff.
Yeah.
Because, that happened.
What's most important here?
Right.
What's most important? But yeah, we're just at the halfway point,
It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, we can still do this. We can still save the world.
Happiness.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to get.
So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone, now be sure to go check out the reaction portion of the video in the description below, then come back here for the discussion. All right, okay, so Vivy rebooted herself.
Yep.
It seems like it was also her doing, like she did it, like in the way that Matsumoto described it. I was thinking that it might have been Matsumoto who would have done it.
Sure.
But I think it's not necessarily important based on the way Matsumoto described it of
how exactly it happened. We know why
the reason was because of what happened in the previous episode.
And that totally makes sense.
Yep.
Because how would a computer deal with that, right?
Yeah.
It's
I've
crazy.
lost touch with my original mission. I need to go back and
hard reset.
Reset. Yep.
Yep.
I have a virus, and that's the thing that the other AI that was kind of helping her home
archive
assistant
yeah,
was basically like, you've been muttering about viruses and outside connections and stuff, and it's like
right, and that's probably from before the reboot where it's like yes, but don't have to deal with that anymore, thankfully.
Or maybe it was after the reboot, there was some minor leftovers, and she was like worried about that being a potential thing.
Yeah.
So over the course of time, she's maybe like, deleted previous data and stuff, and no longer has memory of that stuff. But okay,
this new arc, I really like the setup for it. Ophelia, and she's the first AI that commits suicide.
Which is
all right.
Which is a thing. Okay.
Yeah, like that's a one of the reasons why I like it is because that's a very personal, intimate issue to need to address, right? It's not something as like world thing of like, oh, there's an AI platform that we need to destroy, or something like that, right? And then we see the personal story behind that. It's just this is an example of AIs doing things that AI normally wouldn't do,
and specifically
what does that mean?
One that's really popular, that's on the rise, and it's about to be on a big performance here. So that's a big deal. But also the idea that we had the little moment with Diva or Vivy saying, give me 5 minutes and I can save someone's life. And it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I think that's like direct foreshadowing for what it's going to be, is that they're going to have like 5 minutes to talk. And then it's, can you stop her? Now, I loved the Shakespeare reference here with the name Ophelia as well. That was really fun.
Constantly falling in water and stuff. It's
like,
no. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. But also the idea that Ophelia has that aspect of having exact memory of everything that she's done and holds on to a lot of valuable memories, as a contrast to where Diva, aka Vivy, doesn't remember everything for reasons.
Yeah.
But that being a thing of where this AI looks up to Vivy or Diva in a very, very like strong way. Like that to me makes it seem like almost that some of Vivy might end up being the actual thing that causes her to commit suicide.
Yeah, like the thing that she said of like, you're gonna do great. You're my younger sister after all, right? That almost felt like it was something even before the whole thing of the suicide thing was brought up. That just made me think, with a regular person that could be very encouraging, but it could also turn into a
performance anxiety,
all kinds of performance anxiety. Yeah. We're like, oh no, if something does go badly, right, exactly.
Yeah.
And now with AI, maybe that's not as much of an issue, but given the fact that this AI is going to kill themselves, apparently, might be more of an issue than you would originally think.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see what will be the connective tissue through Ophelia and Vivy. But
there's more at stake.
More, yeah.
Because there's the dude who seemed like this is a 20-year time skip, right? That almost seemed like it would have been like the son of the of the dude.
Way too young.
Right.
So I think it's the kid.
But then also we had a situation where an AI tried to kill Diva. That could be related to the whole thing of the dude that she was, following and all that stuff, or who knows. Or potentially it's something related to why Ophelia ends up killing herself, right? Matsumoto saying the whole thing of like, oh, there's a virus going around, flu season, right? Maybe that's related somehow,
this could be the ghost in the shell, basically, where we have basically the previous, version of her trying to wake her up.
Yeah.
And be like, come on. Yeah, I need you to snap out of this. You have an important mission to deal with. So I'm going to show you images that aren't really there.
That's a great point too. Yeah. For Vivy, that could totally be a thing.
Yeah, but I could see Matsumoto also trying to play dumb a little bit and being like, "Oh, I'm manipulating you to try and get to a position where I can then have you alone to then interact with your yeah."
But I like the idea that Matsumoto basically established. Okay, clearly she was not cut out for the job. She's just going to complicate things at this stage, right?
Yeah.
There were already points where it's like, okay, can I get her to do what I need her to do? Or is she going to, like, even when she was functioning well, right? Now that she is completely shut down, literally, right? Like, I'm just going to do it myself, right?
And he's going to have to manipulate Vivy a little bit in order to do it. But also, yeah, maybe he had already given up at this point.
Right, because I'm very curious how Matsumoto would try and keep an AI from killing themselves. Because there's, okay, you stop them from killing themselves in a way that the public will take note of, right?
Sure.
Or you delay them killing themselves, right? But if a person wants to kill themselves, and they really do, they'll generally figure out a way eventually, right? So even more so with an AI, right?
Yeah.
Like that. How are you going to do that, right? This is exactly the kind of thing where you would need Vivy, right? Because it's not something as simple as, oh, you go to a platform and inject a virus or whatever, right? Like this is more of a personal, problem
as
to
AI
address.
Become more and more like humans. This kind of thing makes sense as something to come up eventually. But the idea that, oh, we need you, Vivy, to save them, that's perfect. I really love that this whole, segment of the story could go by. They could save Ophelia, and Vivy might still not actually wake up yet. Like, that still might be an ongoing thing.
And yet, at the same time, this might be the perfect antidote, if you will, to what she went through before, where Matsumoto could tell her, the thing that broke you before, by the way, if you're going to try and save this girl, is that you were helping a lot of people, and then as a result, someone killed themselves, right? Are you sure you still want to be doing this, right? And I can even give you a little virus real quick that'll wipe away the fact that this conversation even happened if you want, But this is what's at stake here, and you don't have a great track record with dealing with suicide. So,
So, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
I love that we've got also this big zodiac signs performance that's going to come up, which means they're just going to flex on us, the animation and the glorious
and it's going to be super cool.
And the music.
The music
everything.
This episode alone was fantastic.
Ophelia's singing.
That was so good. Also, her dress
amazing.
Looked great. Like, that was one, because AI, so having the lines and everything was really cool. But then also, it's the Zodiac Festival, so it's constellations as well. It's absolutely.
Oh, so good. So good.
But
Matsumoto was hilarious. I love his new evolution, his new upgrades, and that he has emojis. In his visual eye. He's like, maybe this will help me interact with the kids, the Zoomers. Today,
right. And the just the character of Matsumoto, like, considering that he is a cube, right?
Right.
Like,
yes.
The voice acting, for one, is fantastic, right?
Yes.
And it's super expressive. But, expressive voice acting, if you just have a regular cube, like that's hard to work with, I can imagine. But
it's all the times where he's like, and then he like
just
falls on the ground and then
flops around.
A couple.
Right. It's like, yes, I've had that feeling where it's just like, okay, just flop onto a bed and just
roll a couple times.
Right.
And you're like, fine, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
I love Matsumoto.
Yep.
But all right, we're at the halfway point.
Mm-hmm.
We had the last episode happen.
Mm-hmm.
These are the consequences.
Yep.
Which means that while this is a form of backtracking, this is also a consequence of the actions that were taken. So,
exactly.
Therefore, that doesn't mean that it's going to be forgotten. It means that at some point,
right,
the consequence will hit again.
It's a progression backwards, it's
but it's then also coming back forwards now that she's interacting with Matsumoto.
Yep.
Which means that what will she do in order to handle the revelation again?
How do you save Ophelia, and then what the hell is that, probable son of an agent of Toke doing here?
Yeah.
Like is it actually something where his father told him stories about the AI that saved his life time and time again, right? And now he's just wanting to see her perform?
Sure.
Or is it connected to the whole thing of the robot going haywire?
Because why was that there? Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yep.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't just happen.
It doesn't just happen. So mysteries. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below. For our Patreon, you can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.